Extending to the class definition, now I just want to introduce the object-oriented principles of the Python, that is inheritance, polymorphism, and encapsulation. So I just want to extend the example what I have given in the class to this inheritance also. Now, before going into that, what is inheritance? So inheritance is that maybe we can represent the properties or any valuables or anything that we get from our parents as an inheritance. So that sort of things we exactly inherit in class and subclass also, like superclass and subclass. What I mean. So if there is anything in superclass that we can inherit in subclass, the methods, the variables, everything we can inherit. So in order to inherit those subjects or functions or anything, so what is the procedure we need to follow? So just I will showcase. Before that, we can go into the inheritance definition. So it's a fundamental concept in OOPS or object-oriented programming in Python or Java or anything for that case. So it allows us to create a new class or subclass or derived class. What it means is that inherits attributes, behaviors, and whatnot, everything from the superclass or base class. Right. So inheritance promotes code reusability and establishes a hierarchy of classes. So instead of defining the again and again in the classes, you can just define in a single class and you can use the methods in the all the subclasses and child classes. Right. So it able to extend the properties and behaviors of the parent classes. Okay. So now what you can see on the screen is just an example that have been extended to the class example what I have taken. Okay, I'll just open a PyCharm. And I'll copy paste the code and I'll try to explain what exactly is happening. So if you can go to this. So we need to go from bottom to top approach in Python. So now we'll just check it. So here what we are doing here, we are trying to call the savings account class object, right? So savings account class object into which we are passing the arguments. What are the arguments we are passing? Or account number, account holder, balance, and the interest rate. So now we can just go to the savings account. If you go to the savings account, you can see there is something else in the savings account argument. What it is? Bank account. So bank account is a superclass which we are trying to pass into the subclass, right? So now using this syntax, we can able to pass the bank account superclass into the derived class or subclass, and you can use all these methods and variables that are present in the superclass. So now if you come to these arguments what we have passed, it is account number, account holder, balance, and interest rate. But you can see these things here, account number and account holder, that are not present, and the balance are not present as a variable in the savings account. So those are present in the bank account. So what we need to do, we need to call as super and underscore underscore init underscore underscore and all these variables such that this class will be initiated and that will be passed as an argument to the constructor, right? So when it is passed to the constructor, what happens? The account number what you have shared in this savings account now it will be going to the bank account, and that account number and account holder and the balance will be going to the that instance of the class variables, self.account number or self.account holder, self.balance. So these variable names are same, but the references or instances are different. It's like account number 1 is equals to account number. Okay, account underscore holder 1 is equals to account under holder. So self represents the variable or local variable of this particular class. Now once that has been initiated, now you can use the other part which is the interest rate, which belongs to this particular savings account class, right? So self dot interest rate is equals to interest rate. Now after that we have a definition called add underscore interest rate, because we are trying to call these definitions here in this print statements or these functions, what I mean. So now savings underscore account dot deposit. So deposit method is not present here. So the deposit method, or like we are trying to call the subclass or the superclass from the subclass, so automatically this method will be called. So in this define deposit, we are trying to deposit 500. So when you try to deposit 500, yes, if amount is greater than 0, So the balance will be updated with the amount, and it will return a statement deposited underscore the amount, which is already the balance that is present. Self dot balance plus is equals to amount, and the 500 is been deposited. The new balance is the existing balance, which is what you have shared, that is 1000 plus 500, 1500. If it amount is greater than 0, it's okay. If it's not greater than 0, then it will show invalid deposit amount. So that is the first print statement return what we will get. The return is a string. Okay. And the next one, savings account underscore, savings underscore account dot add underscore interest. So now the interest will be added to the existing balance, which is 1500. But that method is present in the subclass itself. So it will not go to the superclass. The inheritance is not necessary here because it is in the child class itself. Right? So now we will try to execute and check this. So it is showing the okay. So there is an indentation error. We can run. So deposited is 500, new balance is 1500, added interest is 30 rupees. And obviously new balance is again that interest added to this 1500 is $1530. So hope you have understood this.